Very nice.
Wow.
Didn't want to
Ever since we got this new fridge, it's been a lot more poppin' in my office. I feel like a lot of people are actually coming to talk to me, and it's just been a better environment. So, hey Nate.
All right, see you, man.
So I really just am enjoying the vibes all around. What are you getting?
Hello? Yeah? Uh-huh. On my way.
Yeah, so pretty much I would just say it's been super awesome here. Everyone's being super nice.
Go to newair.com and use the code Levi50OFF to receive $50 off your very own Pepsi Throwback Fridge.
Hey, what's going on, all you
Hello.
cool cats and kittens?
Oh no,
Yeah, so
Dane.
starting it off.
Not a
Right.
good way to
go,
start.
Dane. There you go.
Dane.
You have to say it with that kind of just awkward, genuine.
I
We
think you
didn't
nailed
need that.
it.
Killer.
No one
Yeah.
needed that.
He's a
I
killer.
didn't.
You gotta get real close to the camera, and then you go,
Yeah,
"Hey, all you
awkwardly.
cool cats and kittens."
See, perfect.
Yes, exactly
That's
like
what
that.
you do.
Yeah,
I gotta
Yeah.
go.
perfect. Well, it was short-lived. It's been fun, guys. Sorry. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Oh,
I gotta go grab some things. So you guys take care of this. I'll be
all
right
right.
back.
Well, we're gonna bring it in, guys.
Dane leaves his
welcome
own
to
show.
Thursday's Q&A Thursday, where we answer all your detailing questions and have a little fun on the side. Our murderer's row of characters this week, we've got Next Day Nate. Say what's up.
Hey guys.
We got Morgan McMurray,
What's up, guys? Hey, nice to see you all here.
Anthony
Okay.
Fisher,
Hey.
eating a can of saltines for some reason. And then we have the master of ceremonies, the purveyor of precocious jokes, Mr. G. Davis in the house.
Nice. Hoot, hoot, hoot. Glad to be with
And
you.
hanging from his futuristic ceiling fan, Dane Hennen. He's wandered off.
And Dane. And there's Maud.
That's his bed, though. You can actually see his bed.
You
which is
can
great.
actually see part of his bed, which is delightful.
He didn't make it. He didn't make his bed today.
Well, he did
Dane-
put on a shirt for
That
us.
is made.
so-
That's how he makes it.
yeah. So we all
Maybe
been,
he's in it.
You never know.
You would
we've
honestly
all
never
been
know.
hanging out, kind of semi-quarantined here in Idaho. Many of us have been working. Many of us have been hanging out. Nate and I were at the rag company earlier today. Morgan's been at home. She ventured out for groceries, looked like.
I did.
And Anthony has been working from home doing some live videos in his colorful detailing studio there.
Yeah, it didn't go great. So
Very
I don't
nice.
really want to talk about that right now. So
I thought it was
Whatever.
good. Everything that you did, the knowledge that you allowed
Knowledge.
to come out of your mouth worked very well.
Yeah. the internet
Lots
is
of
not my friend today,
wonderful
though.
things.
So I guess connection, whatever, man.
Well, hopefully you stay, in frame for us.
Yeah.
Dane has been home working on his Jag video, so that's almost done. He, when he went to buy the Jag, so be very excited about that when that comes out. We did get a taste. You can go on Facebook and look up Dane Hennen, and he will see one of his glorious exploits in the Jag from yesterday, in which a
Yeah.
gentleman tried to pull him over and extort money from him. Seems
Or
like.
steal his
So,
car. He wanted to
because-
steal his car.
I think he wanted
What?
to steal his car. So,
Yeah.
very nice, very fun adventure for Dane to be able to be a part of while driving home from work.
Yeah,
And then,
good times.
Greg, you have been, we were talking earlier, Greg, you've been quarantined for quite some time.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
We were on a cruise ship when all this madness started.
Oh,
About midweek when they started shutting everything down, so we were worried
Jeez.
whether we were gonna get home or not. Then a 16-hour drive from Orlando to home, and then self-quarantine for 14 days, and then here I am.
Wow.
He made it.
glad you made it home.
We're glad that you're here because I mean
Yes.
the Q&A is not the same without you. So
No,
like
it's not.
this is important for us that you survived that cruise ship and it looks like
Yes.
that you have overcame that and it's amazing.
Well, I actually one of the nights we were there during dinner, I was on my phone watching the Q&A during dinner, trying to find a discreet way to interact with you guys, and I just couldn't, conduct family business and do the
That's
Q&A at the
a-
same time.
That's
so,
a great picture.
yeah.
yeah.
Like, yeah, no, okay, yeah, I'll have the steak. Yeah, that's funny joke.
Well,
Well,
Dane,
it-
Yeah.
So we need you to start into this. Sorry, did I cut you off, G? Did you have anything else to say on what else happened there? Was there any type of lawn, any type of maids or any type of lawn maintenance people over there on the cruise ship as well? Perhaps Dane's lawn boy took a vacation and was on the cruise ship. I mean, who knows?
Well, I'll tell you what. It was the 10th anniversary of my first divorce, so we decided to take a cruise. So
Very nice.
everybody seemed like they had a good time. So
I mean, that's how you do it, right?
It was cut short, still good.
yeah, no, I tell you, we made it the whole 7 days, which is about 4 days too long for me. So,
Oh my God.
But it was a special occasion.
yes,
Well, like you said, it was the most time that you spent with your family in years, right?
yeah, it was, and we've been together every hour since then. So you can
Still
only
going.
imagine.
The cruise that never ends.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Oh boy.
So
All right.
I recommend not taking a cruise anytime a pandemic's about to happen. So
Sage advice. And on that note, I think we ought to get into the questions because there are a few of them. And we got some people say, let's get going. So
yeah,
let's
I'm going to start it off here and we'll start knocking them out. So we got Car Detailing by Pat Inc. says, thank you for educating us and having fun doing it at the same time. I want to thank everybody at the Rad Company for doing everything for us. Education rocks. ...
Thanks,
Oh,
Pat.
thanks. That's our move, man. We got to have fun when we do it, regardless.
Making the most of it. We got Philip Van Boeven says, thought OPT Optimum Products had synergy when using OPT tar and using OPT clay mitt. The mitt stalls and a black sticky dirt is on the paint. Is OPT tar not compatible with OPT clay mitt? Correct. You cannot use the clay mitt along with tar. That is probably the one synergy that is not so synergetic, mainly for the fact that that tar remover is pretty strong and will actually to a certain extent start eating away at that clay mitt. So you got to really be careful with that. So,
if you watch my where Ivan worked on my Jaguar, they did the polishing and stuff. He actually talks about that for a little bit in that video. Where
he does, yeah.
The two are not friends. It's like the one thing where you just can't do it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yep. You are correct. So we got he says need to add O&R. Need to add O&R is also on the surface at clay lube dilution. It is like the clay mitt hits the brake and throws a temperature. Correct. So basically, you can use the clay mitt or clay towel with Ferrex. You can use a clay mitt, clay towel with Optimum Car Wax. You can use it with O&R, obviously. You can use it with O&R Wash and Wax. You can use it with Power Clean. You can use it with literally anything except for tar. So hopefully that's helpful. We got Hans Closen says, hello, guys. Hope you're all safe and healthy. We are feeling pretty safe right now. I am.
Yeah.
thank you, Hans.
Very saved.
I'm in my safe space.
We got Jeff Thomas says, I would not use those two products at the same time. It's even possible or likely that the tar remover is breaking down the clay mitt. Correct. That is kind of what I was saying earlier. Dan Pfeiffer, always with the hello and word up from Minneapolis. Thanks for keeping the Thursday Q&A going. The only way I can tell what day of the week it is. That is true for us as well. I didn't even know today was Thursday.
It's the only way.
Levi, you want to jump in?
Aaron's so-called life saying, what's up? Rep the
What's
305.
up, dude?
Best towels to use to apply an O&R wash. Also, do you use certain towels to dry off the O&R, or should I just use my gauntlet? Best towels to wipe off Power Lock and Colonite 845. Thanks and stay safe. So, Rep 305, best towels to use to apply O&R. Lavender 350s. The Eagle 350 works great. Also, any of the Minx family, the Royale is great. Any of the Minx edgelesses are also amazing for O&R washes. And yeah, you just use your gauntlet to dry it off. And then best towels to wipe off Power Lock or Colonite 845. I like 365. Some people like Creatures. But realistically, any type of Terry Weave will work just fine for you.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Everybody else. And then Riley S. Hey, everyone. Hope you are all doing well. And then all day Anthony has graced us with his presence with a woo.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
Whoa.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
But you're in there.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Take a picture.
Well, I mean, we're not the same person. I don't know why everybody thinks that.
Well, that definitely disproves a theory I think a few of us had. So
I don't see an all-day Anthony banner behind you.
Yeah, I don't.
Couldn't be
I don't
him.
see a,
Oh.
don't even see a sticker in sight. So let's just keep moving on. We got Danny
That was a
Israel that
fun
says woo woo whoa woes, and then Alkaline Trio says getting the jump on Luke Berge. What's the dilution ratio in foaming ONR? Alkaline Trio, we will ban you. You are not actually one of our favorites, but don't think that we won't kick you out of here.
Do not test us.
Ooh, we got
Tell lady to
okay.
stop tap dancing, mate.
I know. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Well, so basically,
Sounds like a party
Yorkie,
back
you're new, but we're not really sure if we like you. We got
Is that-
Kia
I'm actually out of
Possessor.
gum. I'm out of
Is that
gum,
a-
so I won't be chewing gum, but I will be playing with my nails and my hair. So,
I thought
So,
Consistency.
Yorkie was talking about me.
folks.
Yeah.
well, I mean, G might jump into doing something like that, but we'll have to wait till later. That's for the second half. We got Kia Possessor in the house, another new name. So
I
a
do
possessor
love
of
that.
Kias.
Yeah.
I like that. That is straight and to the point,
It
right?
also is more of like a haunted, like ghost kind of name.
Yeah.
Like like a spooky name. I am the Kia Possessor.
So I'm
Or
gonna
the
go ahead
Elantra possessor.
yeah. Oh, there's
wow.
Oh.
So we're gonna go ahead and give him a nickname because I feel like that's just appropriate. So we're gonna call him Possessed Kia from now on.
Okay.
And going
Sounds good.
down, we got please discuss from Yorkie. Please discuss IK Pro 12 dilution ratios. Since no do was included in the box. So just give you a quick rundown, breaking it down really, really quick. I got an IK12 right here, if you guys can see that.
Wow.
Dilution
Well, that's
ratios,
convenient.
It's super convenient. I know. It's almost like this was like a set from earlier. Basically, IK Foam Pro 12, you are looking at 34-1 for soap and water. So it's going to be the same thing that we would use typically in an IK 1.5. So really, you're only doing really no more than 5 ounces of soap total in the IK Foam Pro 12 if you are wanting to foam soap. Doing any type of all-purpose cleaner, we recommend 10-1. Any type of fallout remover, 10-1. And a wheel cleaner, 10-1. So really, the general rule of thumb really for all the IKs is the safest going with a 10-1 dilution while still having some strength in there, and also having the ability to foam for a long period of time and not have to troubleshoot why your foam is not so isn't powerful, right? You don't want to have a weird situation where the stream is just not strong. So we have Functional Doc. Speaking of doctors, says cars haven't been cleaner. I think we can all agree. We can all agree there.
Is that the Doc Antle of car detailing?
Well, I hope. I hope. We should ask him. I was gonna say. I can't say that here. Alkaline Trio says
human personification of the 3-Wolf Moon shirt. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Alkaline Trio says you were being rude. Yorkie, grow up, and we agree. Hans Gozen says, "Ye new air ad. Hopefully the last. If I have to see those ads any more time, we better be getting at least a fridge for each one of our houses, including G Davis."
Sweet.
Done.
Israel.
Yep.
So
Go ahead.
silver infused microfiber can't kill viruses, but will it still remove them? I've been using it to wipe down anything from the store. Then a good washout with soap and water. Thoughts? So, Danny, we can't say anything as to the virus itself, but microfiber in its own way removes 99.9% of all bacteria from the surface. And then over the course of 24 hours, the silver infused towels kill the bacteria that's now stuck in the towel. Now, a virus is a completely different thing.
Right.
So, yes, you are wiping the surface. Wiping the surface is good. If you're using some form of antiviral or some type of disinfectant or some type of soap that helps destroy the lipid cover on the virus itself, those are all good things. Using microfiber in general to clean and wipe the surface is a good thing. So you're doing the right things, but just know that you'd be doing better if you're able to wipe them down with some form of a disinfectant or antiviral product. Then come back with the silver infused. Anthony and I know Morgan, a lot of us have been using the Clorox wipes and on our interior stuff and things for the car when we're getting in and out. And then I do have silver infused next to me to wipe my hands off, so that if I'm using hand sanitizer or something, I'm then drying my hand with the towel to clean and wipe the surface, because that way it's just, I don't have anything left on my hands. And then same with like my steering wheel, door handles, things like that. So food for thought. Andy White, hey guys, hope everyone is well. Hans closing. Oh, whoopsie. GD is here. Thing I am far away. Sounds funnier because he's Dutch.
It is funnier.
That's a keeper.
No.
Oh my god.
No.
Wow, we just lost half our Dutch audience. Sorry, guys.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. You can blame everything on me. It's cool.
That's why we have Next Day Nation.
Aaron asking us if we're using Zoom. Yes, Aaron, we are. We're all on a Zoom conversation right now.
Yep.
Danny Israel says that Next Dat Nation check-in.
Next Dat Nation.
Yep. And then the Alkaline Trio says Dat Nation, though. So your followers are very excited to see you, Nate.
Good. I'm excited to see my fan.
Oh man.
I love that silence afterwards.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Well, my only fan is in the chat. Like
I'm here for you, Nate.
I mean, he's here for me, so
I want your dog, but I'm here for you too.
Okay. Well, I think that all right, let's keep moving on.
Yes.
Grahovic. Hello, awesome people. Sending a lot of love from Australia. It's 11 p.m. here. Hope you all are good. Question for Levi. Today was Arupa's webinar that I missed after 4 alarms. Will there be an online video for later? I don't know, man. I don't work for Rupa's. I missed the webinar as well because I was working. So I'm sure there are. If you have any questions, you can email Rupa's. But I think they record them and save them for later. So you should be able to watch or at least get a copy of it so you can watch it again. So because I do believe they record all that. Chip Miller, let's get going. We're trying, Chip. Hans, bet it was GD undercover trying to get the Jag. For now.
Apparently G is a shapeshifter, because that guy didn't look anything like you.
Any shapes and forms. Let's see. We got Hans Closing says, glad you're safe, GD. And then we have any toilet hoarders.
The only toilet hoarder
Dane.
here is Dane.
That is
Dane,
true.
Yeah.
Well, that's when he's not crushing them with a sledgehammer. Oh no, because he's not doing that. He's buying a truck instead.
He doesn't have one.
Yeah.
He doesn't have one.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
Unfortunate.
So you buy
I
a
just
truck.
hit them with my car.
Well, Dane's got the toilet. Anthony's got 42 rolls of toilet paper. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
Dane, you missed the
Adoptable
memo.
force
You
of
got
nature.
42 Kohler toilets.
Yeah.
Like, I missed something
should have
here.
thought that through.
Functional Doc says, Hans, is toilet paper scarce in your country?
Might be
I
interesting to
wonder.
find out.
I wonder.
Hmm.
We'll have him chime in. Riley S says, I hear Anthony has 40-something rolls. I had 42. I'm down to 41 as of today. So,
are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
It's all. Is it all the cup noodles?
Yeah. It's when they're not getting
And the
gone
Thin
through
Mints?
is when you need to be concerned. I can't comment on the food necessarily.
Nope.
Yoshi says Greg's jokes are even more funny live than through the chat. We all agree.
It's
right?
true.
You have to
Oh,
get that-
Yoshi. Wait till the
they're more-
second hour.
Oh, Greg's been planning this. He's got.
Oh,
he's got
They're
some,
more timely
he's been-
now.
Yeah.
There's no delay this way.
So, Greg, we'll have you jump in for these next couple.
Okay. Greg Davis.
Got to read his own.
What?
Yeah.
I did take some TP off the ship. That is a true story. There was a cart out in front of our room with a large amount of toilet paper on it.
Oh,
I stuck it in my wife's bag,
Very nice.
Here,
Well,
put
you don't
this in
want
your
to
purse.
get.
It didn't have a
Yeah.
price tag on it, so it must have been free.
Yeah,
Well,
you
she then told me
paid for it.
Well, she told me that she didn't want to get stuck in customs and have them inspect her bag and find all the toilet paper. So I said, I don't think customs is going to be concerned about you bringing toilet paper into the country. So
Especially, it's like, what is that? A 1-ply?
Look at all
I
this
don't-
toilet paper paraphernalia.
Nate, it was so thin it only had one side.
Like wiping a marker?
Yeah, it was like you could. It was about 80 grit would be my guess.
I can already
Oh,
feel my finger
oh.
breaking through just at the thought of that.
Oh,
Just grab the roll in my hand, just go all the way through the paper and grab the cardboard.
oh no.
Well, Anthony, if I'm using the paper and I feel your finger, we've got bigger problems than corporations.
You're telling me, man.
No. Oh no.
Okay, back to the comments.
Hell,
Thank you, Yoshi. Danny Israel, Greg Davis, welcome to the show. Thank you, Danny Israel. Hans Klosen says, not doing a cruise when a pandemic hits, try starting up a business.
That's
yeah.
true. Sorry, Hans. That's hopefully everything's going good for you, though.
Yeah.
I hope you have the disco to
So-
fall back on, Hans.
Yeah.
Just thinking out loud.
Richard Jones says, hi, guys. Hope you're all keeping good. Can you get Built Hammer over there? And Levi, I haven't forgotten about the Parma violets.
Oh, thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, we so Built Hammer. So John Hole at Clean and Shiny UK has been our kind of our little he's been sending us some Built Hammer products here and there. But it's not on our radar as of yet. We've got a couple more other goodies that I think you guys are going to like that we're going to be releasing this year. So stay tuned, but we are thinking about Built Hammer. So yeah, appreciate it. G
Okay.
Davis.
G. Davis says, thank you, Danny Israel. Excited to be here live. Tom Kirby says, Philip Van Boeven, I ruined another synthetic clay mitt doing the same thing. Bad move on my part. Optimum spraybacks was okay, but not the tar remover. Duh.
Yeah. Here we go. Jump in here. We got Solo Details says, hello guys from cold climate Quebec, Canada. What are your thoughts on Norwex products? Oh, this is gonna be good. A friend spends so much on these and can't get them to try TRC as they got sold on Norwex being the holy grail. I'm gonna have Levi take this one.
Oh,
This is a fun
you know
one.
how much I love the Norwex stuff. So,
Mhm.
fun fact: Norwex microfiber is microfiber. There's
What?
nothing extra, nothing fancy about it. The ones that do have silver infused with the microband technology in it are just a more colorful version of our 80/20 towels. Now, anything that the Norwex towels can do, any normal microfiber that you buy anywhere in an 80/20 and higher is going to be able to do for you. Norwex gets made in a factory, very similar to the TRC factory, where we purchase all of our towels and get all of our stuff done. And then where we go straight from the factory to us, and then you buy it from us, Norwex goes to a building, and then it goes to a person who then goes to another person, to another person, to another person, to another person, to another person. And everybody's got to get a taste of that microfiber. Everybody's got to make a buck off of it. So now that towel, that if you go on to TRC, you go onto our website, ragcompany.com, and you pick up a 80/20 microfiber towel, a terry weave, all-purpose terry, in red or pink or blue, whatever color you want. It costs you about $1. If you buy it from Norwex, it's a $10 towel. Why? Because it had to touch 6 different hands. So you can let your friend know. What I would recommend you do is go on Norwex's website, look at some of the towels, then purchase those same towels from the rag company, and then show them to your friend. I reached out to a friend who knew I was selling rag company towels and knew I worked for the rag company and knew who I was. They started selling Norwex out of their house. And I was like, and then when he saw the cost of towels, I sent him just our website. When he saw the cost of what things were, he freaked out because he realized what a racket Norwex is. Now the towels are good. Towels work just fine. It's the price. So it's definitely worth learning about microfiber and where they come from. And I'm glad for Norwex for introducing a number of people into microfiber for general house cleaning. It's the same thing as detailing. You get educated, you start learning a little more, and you realize that you don't have to pay a premium to have something that's really nice. So
yeah.
So do that. Rectangle, who are you people? Your old friends, Rectangle. Lejeune Detailing, I'm new. Glad to find this. I'm in a startup mode here in Atlanta. Awesome, Lejeune. Well, good luck with that. Ricky Cologne, hey guys, made it today from quarantine PR. Just back from a big Costco run. Since last number of my car plates today is one of the days I'm allowed to leave the house. So Tuesdays and Saturday. So good, kudos, man. Congratulations on being able to go for a drive today in sunny Puerto Rico. Hopefully it's nice and warm. Jeff C, what would be your preferred method towel for applying crystal sealant to wheels? I got Creatures Pearls, Edgeless 500s, and a blue foam gloss coat applicator sponge to choose from. Anthony, what do you think?
Well, talking about this guy right here, aren't you?
Jeff C.
How I would probably do this. Okay, that was a little much, I know. So
quick demo, Anthony.
Yeah, quick demo.
Quick demo.
Quick demo.
That's enough of that. So crystal sealant, right? So as we've explained before, right, it's pretty serious stuff. It's pretty strong, and it can get pretty sticky pretty fast, right? So if I was spraying wheel, I'd obviously be doing this off the wheel if I could. If I can't do it off the wheel, then how I'm going to apply this is by not spraying it directly onto the wheel. I'm actually going to grab a creature. Well, I don't want to spill my crackers here, but I'm going to grab a creature here. I'm actually going to flip it over to the short nap side, or actually probably the long nap side to begin with. I'm actually going to spray crystal sealant directly into the towel, and I'm going to apply it to the wheel on the towel, and then flip it or grab a new towel over to the flatter side, or I guess the shorter pile side, and then I'm going to remove it immediately. I'm not going to let it stick around very long. Crystal sealant doesn't need to sit on the surface for very long, because after probably 20 seconds, it starts to become really tacky because that resin is starting to harden. So you're just going to flip the towel, wipe it off, and call it good. So preferably off the car. That way you can do the barrels and you can do everything. If you have to do it on the car, absolutely do it onto a towel, because I think that's going to be the most maneuverable between the spokes and whatnot. So yeah, hopefully that helps.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Nice.
What do you think? Greg, do you concur?
Yes, I do concur.
I like that.
You've been able to play with crystal sealant. What do you think of it?
Yes, I love it. I put it on my daughter's car, and that's a car that's heavily abused and not cleaned unless it's done by me. So I put it on. The car sits outside all the time and doesn't get washed unless I wash it. So it's held up very well. I put it on, I don't know, probably about 2 months ago, and it's still beating and still shooting and then doing everything you guys said it does. So very happy with it.
Yeah. Hans Klosen says, can anyone tell me more about ozone machines versus viruses? Now, this is kind of funny that you actually asked this question, because I got a package yesterday and opened it up, and I said, Katie, what is this? And it has your name on it. And she was like, oh, my dad got that for us because of I don't know, something about it helping with a virus or something. So I cracked this thing open, and lo and behold, it's an ozone machine, right? And so I'm now a new owner of an ozone machine. But, you know, how do I say this? So basically, he sent it to us because he was under the impression that it kills viruses, right? Now, I don't think that we can claim that. I don't think any company can claim that. I don't think that anybody should be under the impression that that is an end-all, be-all to killing and disinfecting everything. But I do think that it's obviously going to help purify the air, and I'll have Levi touch up on this a little bit more.
Yeah, no, it's basically creating a lightning storm inside that little machine to, like you said, Anthony, it purifies the air. So it destroys smells and bacteria in the air. You can throw it in a car and it will sanitize the surfaces, but it's basically everything in the air. So all your dust particles, anything that is attached, it cleans and breaks and fractures a lot of that stuff. Basically what it does is all the molecules that are oxygen molecules are then converted to ozone molecules. So biologically, they become different molecules, which then changes the makeup of each item in the vehicle in that airspace. So, Anthony, make sure Katie doesn't turn it on while you're just hanging out in the house watching TV.
Oh, absolutely.
You guys are going to get
bad move.
Get great.
Well, that was the first thing I told her. I said, hey, I said, you can't put this on while we're in the house. And she says, well, I know. I'm going to put it on when we're outside the house. And I said, Katie, for this ozone machine this big to do an entire house, right?
You would do. So here's how you do it. You want to know? For your house,
room by room, right?
You do it room by room. So you would literally close off a room, put towels on the doors, and seal that room off as best you can. Run that ozone machine in there. Preferably, you guys leave the house also.
Correct.
And then
like a
come
fumigator.
Back. Yeah, you're basically going to be fumigating. You'd run it for the number of hours it needs based on the amount of square footage it can handle. So if that room is a 10 by 10 or 10 by 12, that's 120 square feet. So you need to figure out what it can handle. Most times it'll get rid of the dog smells. It'll get rid of the weird scents in the air. And then you're going to move it to the next room, to the next room, to the next room. And you're going to, like, for the main house, you guys may have to go spend the night at a hotel with the dogs and everything to handle the main areas of the house. Cause that's a lot of area, which means it needs to run for a longer period of time.
Correct.
And then each room that you have used it in, you need to crack open the windows, put some fans in, and air that place out. You need to hold your breath when you run in, because you will feel an instantaneous shortness of breath when you're done and you walk into a room full of ozone. So, but it's definitely good to put in the car, throw it in the car overnight and run it, and cycle it through a couple times. I mean, just to kill everything any bacteria that's in there lingering that maybe you missed when you were cleaning it. So, but as to the virus, there's no full explanation yet on that, but it does change particles in the air. So molecules in the air, it converts. That's its job. So
nice.
Excellent.
All right, Morgan, you want to read some?
Yeah, let's do it. So Yoshi says, can Lady McNugget tell us what's her favorite thing to do during quarantine?
Man, probably wanting to get let out all the time.
She's loving the attention.
The one thing you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Well, but Greg and Levi both know this. She's very unamused that we're home during the day.
Oh.
She just kind of sleeps and will just do her own thing. So they're very self-sufficient dogs.
She's just not excited that you're there.
They are. For as loyal and loving as they are, they could really care less about you at the same time. It's very strange.
I thought that was just cats.
No, they are. Like
she is kind of like a cat, basically.
They're very tired.
Cold and heartless.
20 hours a day. They don't care if you're home, if you're not home. But if they see you, like Nate, if you walk out that door and come back in, she'll be very excited to see you.
Well, I just let her out, so she's probably gonna want to let back in. But yeah, she's always there.
Yeah.
Like either just like wanting something or one of her favorite games that she likes to play is she'll have like a ball or a toy or something, and then she'll purposely get it stuck under the ottoman or anything like that, and then just bark at it until we get it. So probably her favorite thing to do.
That's very nice.
And then, or like she'll just kind of toss the ball with her mouth a little bit. It'll probably get about a foot in front of her, and then just bark at it. She likes to do that too. So,
Anthony, go ahead, Nate.
Was someone stealing the Civic, Anthony?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna ask.
I thought you were looking for the Corona.
No, so fun fact. So earlier today, actually this morning, I was getting this all set up. I had my garage open. I had to move Katie's car around to the front of the yard. And I'm coming back down my side of my house, right? And we're having some construction going on down this way towards my house. And as weird enough as it is, I have an alleyway in the back of my house, right, where everybody parks their cars. There's this lone construction worker walking towards my house, right in the middle of this alleyway.
Like alone? Not
just alone, yeah. Just
Okay.
alone. And so he was walking this way, right? Like he had a direction that he was going. And then I kind of walked around from the side of the house, walked down my driveway, and looked over and saw him. And then he immediately just does a 180 and starts walking back the other way. And I'm looking and I'm like, well, that's kind of strange. And I'd probably say he's probably maybe, I don't know, 5 car lengths from my car. But like he does a 180 and starts walking back that way. And I'm like, well, that was kind of strange, right? Like just to immediately turn around once he saw me. So I've just been kind of watching throughout the rest of the day, and I heard what sounded like a piece of crap car driving down the alleyway, and it kind of stopped for a second. That's why I went and looked out the window, because I'm like, I wonder if that was that guy.
Someone did steal a Civic.
No, it's still there. Unfortunately,
he was probably coming over because he wanted to take a gander inside the HQ there.
Yeah, he wanted to post up.
If you saw this guy, if you saw this guy, you probably wouldn't want him gandering the inside of your garage.
Oh,
he was wondering.
That might be the weirdest euphemism I've heard in a while.
He probably, maybe he's saw that you have things similar to one of his favorite YouTubers, and was like, oh my gosh, I should get a selfie of myself.
Yeah, wrong guy.
He was just nervous.
Wrong guy. All right, so here we go. We got Hunt goes and says, who let the dogs out? We have Michael Finizzi says, hey guys, don't know if you answered my question that I left prior to going live. I don't know.
Okay.
Re-ask it.
Oh yeah, no, I responded to Michael. He left it on the community tab that I responded to on
okay.
YouTube.
Thank you, Dane.
I'll pull it up and get back to you. You guys keep going, but I'll let you know when I got it here.
We got Racer Red 5.0 says GTechnic Tri-Clean works well at killing germs. It does work well at killing germs. That's what it was meant to do. We got Rectangle says Next Day Nation, biggest fan. Woo! Nate, send me a virtual hug. Nate, so if you can go ahead and hug Rectangle.
Oh,
Nate,
there you go.
Nate,
nice.
You're welcome.
Nate,
that was like a face hug, right?
Yeah.
That's not good.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Thank you for supporting the team. And just wait for stickers. I'm gonna be picking some up soon.
Oh, you do have some stickers available for Next Day Nation. You had some made. You've got your stickers that you had made. You had Francie make for you. You could put those on the Next Day Nate web store.
Well, technically, I mean, this is a Next Day Nate a dish.
It is.
So, I mean, if anybody who's got the whiskey shirt, you're supporting the tribe, the nation. So,
yeah. Look, we've all got them on. Morgan's got hers. I got mine. I even got my truck wrapped in a whiskey logo. Look at that.
That's
nice.
That's my big fan right there. Dane just doesn't have his visible.
It's in there.
Okay, there it is.
No, Dane has his fan visible. Inside? It's just right above his bed.
That's what I was talking
about. And I did find Michael's comment here, so let me get that out in front of you guys here. Michael, well, I'll read it for you.
Oh, okay.
Michael Finizzi says, good day to you all from New York. I was just wondering, I've been using the Edgeless 365 GSM towels to remove wax and polish from my wife's black Hyundai. I think the clear coat is very soft on this car because I noticed some scratches whenever I use these towels to remove product. Can you suggest softer towels that I can use that would be better for that application? And that's basically what he says. Now, I responded to him saying, if he's just wiping it off dry, perhaps use some lubrication like Optimum No Rinse or something like that, dampening the towel. That certainly helps. But 365s are generally very, very good for delicate paints, or any paint for that matter. So
I had an issue with my S10. I used the 365s, and I was kind of freaking out because I would finish the panel, then I would wipe it off, and then I would get these holograms, and I was like, what the heck, what's going on? And then I had to switch up to like a 350 or 500 because
Well, and
the
that's what I
paint was
told
so
him to
soft.
switch to. If he decided he didn't want to use those again, he could switch to a Eagle.
It might also be pressure.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
Yeah.
he needs to go, like you're saying, to a higher GSM.
Mhm.
He's probably leaving some, or a more plush towel. He's probably leaving that, like what Nate's saying happened. So,
yeah.
Ricky Cologne. Did we get to that? Yeah. So Ricky Cologne. By the way, plenty of toilet paper at Costco today. No paper towels in sight though. Bummer.
Interesting.
Brian Ferg, what's up with the new blue bead maker? That was a April Fool's joke. Brian, April Fool's.
Hey.
As were the stroopwafel weaves and the bottleless wash. What was bottleless wash?
Bottleless wash is still my favorite.
It was great.
You guys had me until we got to the bottleless wash. I thought for sure. I said Hans is going to see that stroopwafel thing and buy every one you have.
He would have.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he'd find a way.
Devin, Darnell, and Gotti, use your guys' video to apply Color Fresh to my opal white seats in my F80. Ooh,
nice.
Save me probably thousands. So thanks for the video. You're welcome, Devin. Tomorrow
Nice
morning,
job.
I'm going to be live at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time with the boys from Color Lock on the Color Lock Leaders in Turum YouTube channel. So with Lars from Color Lock, Ram, and then I believe Terry out of Australia. So we're gonna have ourselves a little discussion on Color Lock products. Hans Closen says there will be a new webinar around 5 p.m. again. I don't know what that means.
Oh, that's in reference to Rupus.
Ready. There we go. And then functional doc, why we use paper when you got hands, gross. That's weird Dutch.
Is that a Hans joke or a hands joke?
That's a probably a hands, probably a hands joke.
I would not use paper if Hans was nearby.
Yeah.
Save your neck. Use a hands device.
Yeah. Alkaline. Question for Nate. What's your doggo's name? And is he the fan you named earlier? And the dog's a she. And Nate walked away. There he is.
I think he missed. Oh, he's talking, but nothing's coming out.
You gotta unmute it, buddy. You're muted. You gotta unmute your thing.
Can't hear you, bud.
Hello?
There he is.
Well, sorry, I'm kind of freaking out. My AirPods are they're getting low, so I was looking around for. Anyways, her name is Lady McNugget. Yeah, it's a she. And what was the question? What's your dog?
Is she your biggest fan?
Debatable, but yes, like we mentioned earlier, it can kind of go both ways. When we got her, typically when people see a bulldog, they just think he, just because he's the bulldogs are kind of like just a masculine, ugly breed, and by the 20th person, we just kind of say, yeah, he's pretty cute. don't even say anything. So
yeah. Nice. Well, we got Coco's Creation saying hello, everyone.
Hello,
So,
Coco.
Oh, Coco's in the house. All right.
She's right below me right now.
What?
She's right. She's a floor below. No, not in this room.
Oh,
a floor below me.
Okay, good.
Let her out.
We've been married way too long for that.
I look forward to a long marriage. So great.
Functional doc.
So,
Norwex MLM of microfiber. You're correct.
You're
The
not
multi-level
wrong.
marketing of microfiber. Hans Closen, any news on the new stroopwafel weave towels? I might know a guy who was eyeing that item. Yep.
As previously mentioned.
Yep. Oh, snap. We got two guys in the middle now. Okay.
Extremely limited edition.
Yeah. Functional doc, what should be the prep for my WeatherTech mats before coating with CSL?
What? Don't do that.
Don't. Yeah.
Wait, you're gonna coat your WeatherTech mats with CSL? I wouldn't do
Is
that.
that allowed?
Yeah.
Did you do
I don't know if
Halo?
I would.
I
know
don't
if
know,
that
man.
is
I don't
allowed.
know. My
Send
might
that
make him
question
slick.
to
I don't know.
Eric at GTechnic USA. I don't know his email. So
I don't know. That's kind of
Uh,
odd. You might as well just get WeatherTechs for your WeatherTech.
yeah,
I mean,
I
the
mean,
point
they're
of WeatherTech
floor mats.
is that they're there to take the beating, so the other stuff
Yeah,
doesn't
You
but
want
matter.
to keep your carpet
truthfully-
looking nice. That's the goal.
functional dock. I've never heard of anybody doing that. So I'm sorry, I can't help you out with that one on that question. I'd probably reach
Alkaline
out
top-
to GTechnic though,
sorry.
and
Yeah.
I'd reach out to GTechnic, ask them.
Yeah.
So,
We got Alkaline Trio says, question for y'all. Have you had any unusual experiences detailing your own cars? For example, strange paint behavior, interior materials that require specific cleaning processes, etc.
I guess I don't know. I just shared that my S10 paint was pretty soft, and that was kind of weird. Other than that, that's really I've never really ran into anything weird.
I'm
yeah,
sure Levi has, but
I do, but I'm gonna wait. I want you
Yeah.
guys to go ahead. So, Morgan, anything strange that you found out with your
I don't
BMW?
think I've ever had anything super weird. The only thing I would say is probably different, I guess unique about it would be that the wheels, obviously, since they're aftermarket, are really hard to keep clean because I don't think that they really have like a clear coat on them. I think they're just polished aluminum, which is really, really difficult to keep clean, and pretty much everything sticks
Harsh
to it.
is like crazy. Yeah.
yeah.
Anthony,
So
What are you beeping
Well,
over there?
It's sorry, I'm actually just turning my heater. It was on but not facing me, so it was just kind of not as warm as I want it to be. So that's actually a pretty timely question. So I was actually telling the guys this last night that I painted my front lip on my Honda Civic inside my garage, right? And I made probably the biggest rookie mistake that I knew I should have done better at, but just didn't. And so basically, after painting everything in my garage, I didn't have the Evo in the garage, but I did have both my motorcycles. Last night I went to go wipe them down, just do a quick little waterless wipe down, and I noticed that the paint felt not right. My Eagles were really grabby, and I was like sitting there, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then instantly I was like, oh no, I know what it is. And so basically that overspray dust that was in the air eventually settled onto the paintwork on both of my bikes. And what's funny is that with overspray dust, typically overspray will tend to cling on other porous things, and so all the matte plastics and things like that were fine. All the matte finishes and the powder coated finishes were completely untouched, but the actual paint was what it stuck to, which really sucked. So basically, last night I was just stewing on it, just super pissed, just thinking like, why didn't I just move them out? Why didn't I do this? Yada yada yada. And so what I ended up finding was that kind of interesting enough, on my black Triumph, which actually has really soft paint, unfortunately, I was trying to figure out ways to remove the overspray, but without obviously needing to repolish out the area, because I don't want to have to keep repolishing that bike over and over again, because it's black and I already polish it out every so often anyway. So what I ended up trying was a couple different methods to remove the overspray. And I seemed to be marring the paint left and right, whether it was using APC or whether it was using another type of cleaner, O&R, yada yada yada. And then even tried claying with O&R, and it was marring it pretty badly, just claying with O&R. And so I went inside the house and I thought, well, there's got to be another way. And then it dawned on me, and I said, well, what about the O&R? What about the Optimum clay towel and Optimum spray wax, right? Because that technically has the most lubrication, and it was designed to be used with that mitt or that towel. So I went back out there, did a little spray, freaking lo and behold, man, not only did it remove the overspray, but it didn't even mar or swirl the paint underneath. And it was amazing. It was fantastic. I couldn't believe it. And I was then mad at myself because I had already went OCD and started rubbing all these other areas and different things. And I'd already marred certain areas of the bike. So now I'm like, well, I got to repolish it anyway. But knowing that, it made me feel instantly more comfortable with being able to decon a coating without having to worry about marring when it comes to using the spray wax and the clay towel. Given that my Triumph's black paint was just so soft. So yeah, that was just kind of like a fun thing that I've known, but I've never had a real world experience where I used a bike that was that soft in terms of paint to be able to test that theory on, and it worked. And so that was pretty helpful. But that's me.
Nice. Gee, anything weird, unusual that you've had to deal with?
Well, I usually keep my cars very clean. At least I try to. When we came back from the cruise, I went in my daughter's car, and it had a sort of a funky smell in it, like a musty, like something was wet inside of it. And on the passenger floor, she had left a wet towel. And I'm not sure how long. I'm not sure how long it had been in there, but I lifted the towel. When I lifted the towel, it was the mat, and through the mat into the carpet was mold.
Ooh, sick. Oh no.
So needless to say, after she found a new place to live, I went ahead and cleaned it, and that's been my first mold experience. Not a very pleasant one, and I hope it doesn't happen again for her sake. So
Well, I think people have heard I was a young kid working at the car wash, and I had a customer pull in and pay for a upholstery shampoo. And they rolled in, and their dog had puppies all over the back seat of the truck. And they needed us to shampoo all that up. And us being dumb kids that didn't know, the manager wasn't there. We sold him on the shampoo and pulled it around back and went to town with the extractor and shampooed everything. And
it looks like they spilled jelly everywhere.
Yeah, that's basically what it was like. It was kind of trial by fire.
Was there a copy of Was there a copy of Lady and the Tramp in there?
No, not that, thankfully. But needless to say, that was my one time. That was my one time working with a biological matter. After that, I was like, I'm never again doing this, because we had to clean that extractor, and I was just a dumb 17-year-old kid. And then the second thing that I had that was very strange was my wife and I, when we bought the Elantra in 2006, was what's that crunching?
That's
Anthony.
Anthony's can of saltines.
my crackers.
You just hear I couldn't tell if it was you or Lady McNugget.
No.
But anyway, so we bought the Elantra. We're driving down to Utah. We're on a little road trip, right? And I always try to keep that car as clean as I possibly could when we first bought it. So here I am, 27 years old, proud of my first new car purchase. My wife's driving. We're headed down to Utah, and I look at the side of the seat, and I noticed earlier when I was cleaning it that I found some weird orange and pink staining on the side of the seat, right by the shifter. And I was very confused by that. I cleaned it all up. I got it all off. I was like, wow, I wonder where that came from. That's so strange. And so clean the seat. Then we go on a road trip. We're driving down to Utah. I look over, and I'm telling my wife about how it was funny that, she was like, thank you for cleaning the car. It's so nice. This is great. And I look over, she's eating Cheetos, and the Cheetos touch her lips, gets on her lipstick. Then she goes to wipe her fingers off, and she wipes that spot on the seat.
Oh.
And then keeps driving, gets another Cheeto, touches it to her lips, wipes it, keeps wiping.
Well, and
and I look and I go,
and
I was wondering where that orange and pink stain came from, and here it was materializing in front of me. So
is this the same wife you have now?
Same wife. Yep.
Same wife. Okay. I just made
ex-girlfriend would we'd be driving somewhere, and all of a sudden she'd just say, "Oh, look, I found a trash can." That would drive me insane.
Oh.
It would just be like just trash all in the door panel. Like, oh, okay, great, thank you. So yeah, not good.
Was that on your white truck? Your big one?
Yeah, I don't know. I've had so many
Girlfriends.
Yes. I'm very popular.
I was gonna say, was there a point where he said, "Oh, look, I found a trash can," and then kicked her out of the car?
No, Dane, I'm not
Dane.
mean. He's not that mean.
Well, you
He's
said
a sweet
X.
boy. His mom raised him very well.
But yeah,
Well,
no, we're.
I don't think
we're,
that
we're not
stops
together.
everybody.
All right, moving on. Here we go. Hans, next week I'll be emailing with GTechnic UK any products you guys recommend. Most of the product line's really good, Hans. Anthony really likes wheel armor.
Yep.
Their C5 is great. I've been using CSL and EXO. They're both really good to use. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff that
Look
they
what I'm
sell.
holding. C2V3 is great as well.
C2V3 is wicked. Good product, really good product, especially for those
Mhm.
quick sealant projects. So if the customer just needs a paint sealant, man, C2V3 is nice. Really high gloss, really good stuff. Their window coating is their glass coating is very good. And I do like their tri-clean interior cleaner is really nice as well. So
Yeah.
Nate, you keep disappearing. All right.
I
So
see two of Nate.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Hold
it's
on.
bouncing between your screens
Help!
there. Whoa, cool hat, Og. Do you want to show everybody on the live? Augie made himself a new hat.
Ooh.
That is delightful, Og. Wow.
When
You look
are
like
those
a-
going to be in the
Ooh.
TRC shop?
We'll be able to sell those on the website here at the Master of Shine HQ. Pick up your very own August Gordon hat.
How about free
truly
with
It looks
wow,
like
it
a
even
pretty
bounces.
intricate one-off creation.
I would
Look,
give
it's
the
like
hat
a-
away
it's like it's
free
got
with every
wings.
bidet you sell.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, G. Free with every bidet. So
Oh, geez.
we'll put the
Next bidet
affiliate link
shipping.
below. Yeah. Next
Dang.
bidet shipping.
Here
So,
bidet
yeah,
hat tomorrow.
Hans, everything is really good in the UK line. I think you'll like it. Rep the 305. Can I use Meg's APC in my sprayer to pre-soak my truck to strip any remaining wax or sealant? It's currently diluted 10-1 in my sprayer. Yes. Yes, you can. Solo details. Thanks, Levi. Exactly what I told them. Norwex is just microfiber. I will give a couple of TRC towels to show is as good as their Norwex. Did you say their microband is like the silver infused? Yes. Our silver infused has that microband in the towel, in the silver that is in the towel. So, and we've got all the actual third-party testing we did, laboratory testing that shows the results of it cleaning and removing all the bacteria and what was in the test that they used. You can find those all on the website. So, Brian G just got my Color Lock products and I'm excited to try it out on badly taken care of seats on a King Ranch. Talked with Anthony last Saturday. Thanks a lot for your help. You're welcome, Brian. Those are gonna be some fun seats to work on. So
Yeah, those King Ranches, if not taken care of at the time, they get bad, real
Yeah.
bad.
Functional dock. Matt from Obsessed Garage recommends it.
I'm assuming in reference to his previous point, which was a little ways up.
doing that. So other than just prepping it the normal way of a coating, I would do that. So
Yeah.
which is
Koenig
prep
wheels.
and
USA.
Hey.
Whoa.
Wow. Amazing.
Hi, Scott.
Says this feels exactly how the movie I Am Legend started. Hope you're all safe and stay well, Scott.
Will do.
Wow.
You too,
You
Scott.
too.
Great. Let me get
I
a
ha-
little shot here from Mamba Off Road from our sponsor there.
Ooh.
Get that. Oh,
There
look
we
at those.
go.
Yeah. They're very dark, very hard to see. I'll turn on a light here so people can
Stealthy.
get the full experience of what a Mamba M19 really looks like. Mamba wheels owned by Koenig. So there you go.
Wow.
Nice little product plug for
Yeah.
everybody.
No, and I'll chime in as well to show off my Koenig hypergrams
Ooh,
here on my
wee.
Evo 9. Wow.
Isn't that the Evo in Morgan's garage?
Yes, it is. Just an absolutely fantastic product. And this live today is brought to you by Koenig Wheels. Obviously, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Go
but
check out.
Kind of not.
Hey, go listen to the podcast. Go to iTunes, pull up Koenig Wheels Behind the Wheels podcast, and listen to it. It's good stuff. Nate's back in the room finally. All right, Jeff Thomas, good timing. I asked TW if I use their ceramic wet wash, if I shouldn't reuse my microfiber on the paint. They just responded, if you wash your towel out with hot water, you should be okay? Question mark, question mark. Sorry, ceramic wet wax. Who's TW?
Turtle wax.
Turtle wax. So
I'm back, guys.
Yay.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Too many things at once.
Oh, that was
all right.
Whoa.
So so Turtle Wax doesn't, they obviously aren't 100% with microfiber, and that's a lot of companies that are chemical companies don't really, a lot of them now are starting to learn and do their homework on microfiber, but there's still a number of companies that to them it's just a towel, so they don't think about what we do. So yeah, I would not take that advice from them. Alkaline Trio, in light of the current health situation, what effect, if any, does bleach have on microfiber towels? Does it damage the fiber structure at all? Dane.
Yeah, I would definitely say bleach is going to damage your microfiber over time. That's been something that we've long held as kind of a rule. It's just not using bleach on your towels. However, we have had a number of customers such as hospitals and other kind of hospitality kind of places, spas, hotels, etc., that have it in their requirements that they have to use bleach to wash their towels. What that resulted in many times was they would have to buy more towels because the bleach would degrade the towels over time. And that's one of the ways you could definitely damage towels faster than if you just had them through normal use.
Yep, exactly. All right,
here we go. We have Rectangle says, Nate, how's that second gen Tacoma treating you?
Oh, it's great now that I can participate. Do I sound okay?
Yeah,
just a little reverb, but you sound fine.
Okay. Are you on your computer mic?
No, this is all straight from my phone.
Oh, very nice.
So AirPods.
Nate, so here's what I've been doing for future.
Okay.
I keep my AirPods in here. See, got one in there, one in, and then I'm bouncing back and forth when one tells me it's starting to die. Put it back in a little charger. Then I just swap them over. That's how I've been able to get through these lives. I should have given you that heads up.
I like to go whole hog though. I gotta have.
I know. You're all or nothing. I mean, you just hit the full throttle, hard and fast.
Mono.
If you guys want a true AirPod experience, right? You can actually turn your AirPods into a live mic to where you can hear yourself through your AirPods if you go into your settings on your phone. Yes. Just like we would at the studio.
Ooh.
You can go you go into your settings. It's
Really?
under something, whatever control setting it is, and you go ahead and click your headphones, right? And you click that, and then it'll give you the option underneath your slide up screen to turn on your live audio. So the second you talk, you were hearing it in your ear. So
I blame Carol Baskins.
Today I learned.
So anyway,
G, have you?
It's been good.
Okay.
Cole's been good.
Good. G, have you been watching Tiger King?
I made it through one episode.
Oh.
My daughter watched, I think, all 5 in a row. I'm going to try and finish it. It's a very unique program. I will say that.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
I saw Dane was raving about it, so I thought, well, maybe I'll give this a second chance.
Well, I only started watching it because these guys couldn't shut up about it, and I'm like, okay, what's the deal with this? And then as I started watching, I was like, oh my God! It just progressively gets more and more ridiculous.
I'm scared. I'm scared to start it.
Where is the line? But it just gets weirder and weirder.
Oh, Morgan, you need to watch it.
No.
Yeah, Morgan, you need to.
But now it's just a bunch of people who are missed out on it the first round, and now they're upset. So they're basically anti-hype. They don't want to watch it because everybody's telling them to watch it. So,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I respect your position one way or the other, but in all honesty, when it comes down to it, if you're just into watching some good old-fashioned trash TV, that's definitely going to be the ticket.
So would that be like the equivalent of watching like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something?
No.
Like, is it in this?
No. Keeping Up
This
with the Kardashians is
This is a
PBS
doc.
compared to this.
This is more like
Yeah.
a Jerry Springer segment come to life and gone.
No, Dane. This is like a documentary.
Well,
It is a documentary.
It is. Yes.
is
Is it a
it's
cross of
documentary
like
style.
National Geographic and something?
Oh God, no. This is more
Yeah.
a documentary the way Cops is a documentary.
Oh, I love Cops. Okay, I love Cops.
You-
Okay.
Morgan, you will love it. You will love it. Like, it is so
Okay.
insane. It is so insane. You will go at the end of it. You will go, how? What? Wait, what?
How?
And then you'll watch
Why?
the next
Oh,
one,
Okay,
and it'll
we've
be
hit-
even more. It'll blow your mind even more. You'll be
Yeah, we've
like, I
hit
didn't
the
think it could get
slide.
this crazy.
It's gonna
No,
plateau from here, but no, every episode just tops itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it introduces new wrinkles in the story where you're like, oh, I thought I knew how this was going to go. Nope.
It's true.
All right. I'll
Um,
save eventually. Probably this
We got
weekend.
Alkaline Trio says, do you guys recall what Rupes has said regarding use of rushed motors instead of rushless?
No, we don't.
No.
I don't remember.
Hans
So-
Closen says, no, Dane, you only do the kicking. Hung out face.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we got Koenig Wheels USA is a crying emoji. We have a rectangle says no Wowo is bottleless wash. Damn you, Carol freaking Baskin. Yeah, we were really hoping for that product. We got Yoshi says, when will the TRC band be dropping their first single/album?
Wow.
Hopefully soon.
Towels.
I do have the poster from Dane's first movie if you guys want to see it.
Oh yes. I
Oh,
would love to see
no.
that.
There it is.
No.
No.
Oh,
So-
very nice.
No.
I didn't know if anybody would be able to see it.
He's so young. So young from that back then.
And yet I'm still heavy. So heavy you can't get me back on the wall.
Those were those movies. That was one of those movies you did when you were at movie school, right, Dane? That was one
Yeah,
of
well,
those
we don't talk
productions that you
about
were
all
in?
those.
you worked on. Yeah.
That was when he was Dane erotic.
Not
Oh,
to be
no.
confused with Dane Exotic. Yeah.
That's much better.
Two
That's much
different characters.
So good.
Alkaline Trio says, Anthony, which Milwaukee impact wrench did you buy? The 1/2-inch drive on the 3 or the 3/8-inch drive? I've read on their website they both provide nut busting torque. Have you busted any nuts lately? Well, funny you should ask.
What have you been doing with your time?
So this bad boy right here is a 1/2-inch. I went with the big boy because obviously all the nut busting torque. And so I've busted quite a few nuts with this, right? So I busted a couple nuts on the Evo. I busted several nuts on the Civic. And then I busted one
junkyard
single
nuts?
nut on the Triumph, right? So
Yeah.
I've been trying to bust more nuts with this because I've
Well,
spent
you
a lot
were-
of money
you were
on this,
telling
right?
me,
I'm
yeah,
trying to get
you-
the most use of my money.
You were talking about going door to door, knocking on doors, telling people that you were offering busted nut services. You were asking, do you have anything that I could bust this nut on?
Anthony, that's
And,
so loud.
Many
Sorry.
of your customers asked if you would leave, or your neighbors, I should say.
Yeah.
Wanted you to
And I
leave.
said,
Customers.
hey, I'm not wanting to make anything weird. I just want to bust a couple nuts on your cars or anything around the house, whatever you need.
If you need a hand,
So-
you know, some people
Well,
need a hand. You know,
I think the
Yeah.
thing that put people off was he had the saltines in the other hand.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
He had the crackers.
Oh,
So,
please
yeah,
do not
yeah.
elaborate. Okay.
Well, yeah. So really, I was trying to lay a helping hand. And like I said, using a machine to bust a nut helps tremendously than by hand. So I really, really like it.
Oh, and to think I've been using PB Blaster this whole time. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh boy.
Rectangle says Anthony stays busting nuts. Tony Preston, hey, haven't been in here a while. What's the best wax stripper before I decon my car? Should I be using something before I use an iron tar remover? Yeah, Power Clean 5-to-1, 3-to-1 works great.
Yeah.
Vigor Auto Detailing. My new goal in life is to become the next Tiger King husband. Why? Because then I can be the Black Panther. The ratings would go through the roof. I would make millions. That's how it gets crazier. Tiger King goes.
It does.
You're right, Joe. You're right.
Joe, I love your fighting spirit, Joe. That's how we win.
The show
And Joe
must
was
go
one of
on.
Joe was one of those naysayers at the beginning. He thought we were all
It's
crazy
true.
for talking about Tiger King.
He was
now
one of
he
those
has
guys who said, it
officially
sounds
become
dumb.
part of
I'm
it.
not going to watch that. And then eventually watch it. He's just like, okay. He's enjoying it now, though.
Yeah. Yep.
Here we go. So we got Nipco Disc says I'd rather watch a taxidermy channel over Tiger King.
And you know what?
to
That's
each their
totally
own.
fine because they're definitely to each their own, like Anthony says.
Yeah. Alkaline Trio says, who were the two non-video participants? Is this a secret?
Actually, it was just Nate's system like double logged in. He had a phone and a computer, but
Oh, did it show too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it shows
Yeah.
too. So
That's why I was
I'm
confused. I was like,
gonna run to the bathroom.
and then the other was actually Tim, who's producing this whole thing from the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
We got let's see here. We have love the poster. G Davis says Andy White is an awesome
Thank you,
poster.
Andy.
And then we have Alkaline Trio says I see it's now down to 1. That would probably still be Tim there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony getting the big guns out? Question mark.
Yeah, you're telling me, man. And that rectangle says, I guess you can say Anthony is packing. Yeah, 1/2 inch, man. I mean, you'd be surprised what you can do with a 1/2 inch. Like I said, it's got plenty of power. And yep, I have been busting quite a few nuts. So
Oh boy.
That's all
Okay.
part of the
well,
game.
I like how that's the comment they leave us on. Oh,
hey man, you can't write this stuff, am I right?
no.
No,
No.
you cannot.
I mean, they are, but
So we're gonna go around the horn here. What do we got going on this weekend? Dane, what's your plans?
whoa, you talking to me? Plans for the weekend?
Plans for this weekend? What are you doing? Taking Liz out to the drive-in movie? You guys going? I mean, who knows?
Most of them involve staying indoors, so far as I know. But I might finally do the radiator flush on the B3000. We'll just see. But yeah, that's
Okay.
about,
Radiator
that's about as
flush.
crazy as I'm getting on this. And the radiator flush is only so that I can end up pouring down liquid head gasket sealer on the off chance it might actually do something.
So
Highly
have you
recommended, Dave.
ever- Dane, have you ever burped a radiator? Do you want to burp the system?
You know what? I haven't. I was going to run water through it till I got all the stuff out.
No. So after so the process is, right, you need to drain your radiator, right?
Yeah.
Then you're going to you can do a distilled water and vinegar mixture in there if you want to do
Well,
that.
I've got
You
the
can do
Blue
50-50.
Devil flushing solution that's meant to be something you put through it.
Yeah. You can. I mean, most people will just get away with distilled water and vinegar, but then you could flush it, right? And you're going to basically run that through the system, fill it all the way up, right? Plug everything back in. You're going to run it, wait till that heats up, wait till it cools down. It's a long freaking process, right? Because obviously you have to wait for the engine to cool down. But I would say probably with how old that truck is, I would probably say flush it twice. Do 2 flushes on it. And then that's when you would probably put in your liquid, your gasket sealer inside there. And then, call that good. And then obviously put your coolant back in. But what I meant by burping is on your final fill of coolant, right? You're going to fill up your coolant, but you still have air within all your lines. So you want to make sure you massage and squeeze all your lines, where all your coolant is, your lower pipe, your upper pipe, all that.
Well, Dane's good at massaging his lines to make sure all the coolant comes out. So
correct, but some people,
my internet's
you can
just
actually
gonna shut off here.
It is. You
I
can
ran
buy
out of it.
So you can buy a burper, right? So it's not really a burper; it's a little that funnel that sits onto the top of your on the top of your.
I'm picturing a turkey baster.
No,
No, it's like a big funnel. It's like a big.
It's
funnel.
like a big. It's like a big
Oh,
funnel,
okay.
right? And you're basically gonna take that funnel and you're gonna stick it down into where you're filling everything, your fill cap, and then you are gonna start the engine and let it warm up, right? Until basically you start seeing the actual coolant
the
start to kind
bubbles.
of boil,
It'll
right?
bubble back
and
up.
that and that is
Yeah.
basically releasing all that air. And once you see it to where it's not releasing any more air bubbles or anything like that, shut it off, put the cap on, and check your levels, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Dane, just flush this into your grass or into your neighbor's yard. Just
You
hook up a
that
hose. And
seems
just,
not
just tell them you're
advisable.
watering. No, I mean, maybe the neighbor's dog bowl. You just fill it up. It's sweet. Dogs like to drink it.
I have trays.
Okay, good.
Maybe just put it where the new.
I'm a
above-ground pool's gonna be.
responsible.
Well, Dane, you might have to buy another
Semi-mechanic.
truck to move those trays.
Well,
So
I
because-
saw I saw some terrifying news that the government may be considering doing cash for clunkers again, which
Oh.
makes me
For
sad
clunkers.
because so many cool old cars went the way of the dodo because of that. But I mean, if they did it again,
The dodo.
That'd be nice.
What?
We could get some.
wait,
We could.
that's a
get some
phrase. Went the
sweet,
way of the
sweet cars.
dodo. Cars died off.
I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
heard that.
Well, Morgan's
What?
gonna trade in Brandon's car
That's a
and get some
car.
money for that.
Yeah.
His clunker.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be good stuff.
Yeah.
Gee, what are
let's
you doing this
see.
weekend? You got the whole gang at home.
I know. I'm trying to find new and interesting ways to get out of the house, but I haven't had much luck. So I'm walking, cleaning cars over and over again, just trying something to break up this Groundhog Day that we're living in.
Yeah, don't
Seems
get cabin fever.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing. I'm getting to all the projects that I've never had the time to do. So, but I'm hoping we get back to normal sooner than later. So, because we've spent way too much time together, and I'm tired of them. They're tired of me. So, it's like I said. Hopefully, this ends soon, because this is as much fun as I've had in the past 17 days. So.
Oh man, I'm sorry. That's a low bar.
Yes.
Hey, we're just that
You
much
guys.
fun, man. We're just that much fun.
We are.
Levi, what are you doing this weekend?
I got a car to detail. So the car that canceled on me 2 weeks ago is rescheduled for this weekend. So I'm hoping I can get him in, and it's just a Suburban. So I'm gonna have to. I'm pretty sure it's hammered. I'm not looking forward to it, but it's just fun. Like I want to do it because I like the money, and two, it's a good friend of mine. So I'll get his car cleaned up for him, and I kind of see it as somewhat providing a service for a friend and keeping their family's car clean and trying to help out the best way I can. It's that's what I'm going to be doing. Probably just hanging out. Like I said, I got the bumper on last week on the Suburban. So I was planning on ordering some vinyl this week, and I never got around to it. So I should probably reach out to fellers tonight, at least get an order in, see when I can plan on it coming. So we'll see. But
didn't you already have that like kind of wrapped?
Yeah, I've got the lower half wrapped. I've got the black wrapped. The center part of it, I still need to wrap in blue, and it is very difficult. I have enough that I could two-piece it, but that's about it. So
Gotcha.
I've already burned through 2 pieces of vinyl trying to wrap it. So I've got 2 pieces left. So it'd be no mistakes with those 2 pieces.
Did you try glassing it? Did you glass it?
Yes, I tried glassing.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very sure. And no problems glassing it this time. However, what happened was when I was heating it up, it melted on me. I got a little too hot and stretched it a little too far, and it tore. So a little frustrated.
Well, hey,
So-
you have the whole roll of Rising Sun you could do the bumper in.
I could do the whole front bumper in Rising Sun. I could, couldn't I?
That would blind people as you're coming in on oncoming traffic, right?
Yeah,
Traffic.
well, it looked pretty cool because it's this color, so it's the gold.
Yeah,
so that would
it
be
would.
cool.
Do you need
Yeah,
to bend your bumper brackets? It looked like the bumper was still kind of off.
So it's back to the stock location that it was from when a young Dane Hennen crashed it into some bushes.
Wow.
So yeah, so I was able to get it
I've
back
literally
to its original,
never crashed while
original
driving
form.
ever.
Well, that you haven't told your parents about.
Worst story ever.
So no, so
Ever.
the Suburban. So when I bought the Suburban from Jeff, the front bumper was already kicked up just a little bit. We've got that picture I had Bart take of the vehicle after purchase, and the bumper's just up just a little bit, angled upwards. So then the damage from the wreck popped it in. So when I took it all off, I set the bumper. The bumper is actually level all the way across. It's just the sides are just slightly tweaked. So again, from a time when a young Dane, maybe a 18-year-old, 17-year-old Dane, took the Suburban out to
Dane.
go for a party,
Dude.
little driving.
Is Dane
didn't
muted?
think about it. Could have been him or
Did you mute yourself?
him or
I muted myself
17
out of being polite so people didn't hear me crunching up
Eight,
Fritos.
18 years
Oh,
old,
I thought
listening
you were
to
yelling.
listening to Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card. You know, he's
Oh,
sitting there.
that takes
"If
me
I
back.
could find you
Was
now,"
that
and then
that
basically-
blonde tip
yeah.
era, Dane?
Yep, blonde tipped hair Dane.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just mobbing, letting that 8.1 eat, letting it eat.
Got those
Right
three
into
girlfriends
those
in the back.
bushes.
I love it. I love it.
Right into those bushes.
Man.
Yeah, Nate.
I only drove that truck on like 3 occasions.
Yeah, and the second was into the bushes.
Yeah.
Never. Never.
Yep.
Oh, Dane's
So,
a safe
needless to
driver,
say,
everybody. He is.
It's back to pre Hennen family ownership style. So
We joke. I just
all-
want to make sure nobody thinks I've actually crashed a car before.
No. Your record is looking a lot better than Levi's lately, Dane. So don't worry.
I know. That's why I thought it was rich
well,
coming from
you
that
gotta
guy.
remember, but my percentage is much lower because of the number of cars I've driven over the course of
You're not wrong.
23 years.
See, the funny thing is, though,
the
it's a
vehicles that I've
little
been
hard
behind
to
the
beat
wheel is
zero.
is
No matter the
equal.
percentage, until something happens, the percentage will be great once I have, something up on the board. But until that happens, or hopefully
Well,
it
no,
doesn't happen,
My favorite thing is
I'm
when
clear.
that happens, I will still be lower than you in percentages of safe drivership. So,
Well,
because the overall
except for the
number-
part where I'm at 0.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So,
well, they're
it'll be
actually,
good.
well, here's actually Dane did damage a wheel in his Volvo. He did hit an
did.
ice block in the Miata, and he did
Yep.
pull his Jag over a curb a
Yep.
couple weeks ago.
That's
But he hasn't
true.
hit it.
Oh,
So that
that's
is
true.
That is
Never
three
crashed a car.
times. I
the
mean,
curb thing,
but-
though, the curb thing was so like that's not running the
crashed the
Jag
car.
into a curb.
called-
That's
yeah, that's
literally
crashing it.
go.
Well, you
Oh my
parked
God.
over.
You
You
guys.
parked over it.
Dane, your bumper was misaligned.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that to the car. Jesus. Okay.
He
I
did
wouldn't
not-
do that
he
to
did-
my car.
he drove-
I don't ever
he
do this on
drove-
purpose, Dane. Called an accident.
Basically, it just
It was a
nestled in
millimeter-
over the top of the curb.
Do you
It
guys
wasn't
want to answer
it wasn't
this
even
guy's
a curb.
question really quick?
Yeah, let's answer some questions. Jeez, guys.
There's a couple, and Dane's feeling attacked.
The worst genuinely was the Miata. That was bad. That ice chunk literally, I couldn't do anything.
You
that
almost
ripped.
fell out of it.
What? No, that just
All right,
ripped
so-
my lip
So
off.
we've got a gentleman who is asking about bead maker and where was
Ceramic
it?
Pro.
Bead maker and ceramic pro. What's the
He
deal?
might have left, though. He might have left.
Yeah.
I see it. Mobility today. Any reason
Mobility,
why
are
Bead
you
Maker
still
didn't
here?
play nice with Ceramic Pro? Well, I can't tell you why. There may have been a topper on your Ceramic Pro that the Bead Maker didn't like. So
It's weird because you know
I
what
personally have never used ceramic pro.
what's interesting to me, right, is as big as Ceramic Pro is in the world, right? You don't hear about that being people's coating of choice, right? And it might just be in our circles, right? But all of our experimenting and stuff like that has been on things like Crystal Serum Ultra, OptiCoat Pro Plus. But like in terms of like Ceramic Pro, you don't really hear about anybody topping Ceramic Pro, because I think maybe the market that Ceramic Pro has typically isn't people that are doing these things themselves, right?
I think
that
they're
are
capturing
actually
more general audiences. Their marketing is so strong that they're
Yeah.
getting people who otherwise aren't tuned into what's going on.
I agree, but really think back to when's the last time somebody says, "Hey, can I use this on top of Ceramic Pro?" I can't even think back to the last time somebody asked me that. I really can't. I really don't have no idea.
I would say though that there are a lot of Ceramic Pro installers that use bead maker. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know why you're having that issue. My only thing is that possibly there's a topper from Ceramic Pro that didn't react well with bead maker. But Kyle Clark is a Ceramic Pro installer. The boys in Scottsdale, the brothers, detail boss, they're in Ceramic Pro installers. There's a lot of Ceramic Pro installers that also use bead maker. So you might reach out to some of those guys.
And then this is just my opinion, but I think that Ceramic Pro is very hyped up in terms of some other products, or when people look at Optimum, or they don't know how well it works because their marketing's not as strong, but Optimum's very good.
Well,
I don't know.
My guess is that honestly it's because of there probably is a topper that just doesn't play nice with that. Because he's right. He does say later on that Ceramic Pro is really used a lot, though. He's not wrong. There's a lot of installers, and a lot of people do get it installed on there. And like I said, there's a lot of Ceramic Pro installers that are big bead maker users. Out of the shop. So I said, it could be temperature, could be topper, could be something.
There's a lot of other variables.
Yeah.
I would say maybe try using a different towel next time. Maybe try applying some to the towel instead of directly onto the paint. Really kind of test it out. If it's working well on the windows, right, then and if the windows were coated or if they're not coated, try to do other areas on the car. Find out where you're having the most problems. Is it on a hood? Maybe after the car was driven and the hood is still warm, right? Things like that can all make a difference in terms of different products being used and the results that you get. So anyway, all right. So did we get to everybody's weekend? Morgan, what do you do this weekend?
Extra, he said, hold on. He did say he used Americana Mystic. I've never used that, so I don't know. I have a bunch of the Americana products, but I never got Mystic. Never got my hands on it to play with it. That would make sense, as a lot of the Americana products are used a lot with a lot of Ceramic Pro installers. So those, you wouldn't have those issues. And mobility today, just so you know, I don't want you thinking like we weren't seeing your comment. We do go off on tangents and jokes, mostly to get a lot of questions built up. Otherwise, there may be a spot where we're just sitting here quiet. So we do go into these conversations, side conversations. So
because
I don't want
it's
you to
stuff
feel
we
like
do anyway in our spare time.
Yeah.
It's our way of biding our time.
Exactly. So I don't want you feeling like we were ignoring you or ignoring the comment. So, just I assume you're new in our group here. And so we wanted to get that out. Let's see here.
I think Hans's comment is
G over here just sneaking in some singers.
Wow, that guy's good.
All right. So Hans says G Davis is going to finish that honeydew list. Yoshi said, or Rectangle says, Dane, or don't forget that seashell necklace of Dane's.
Wait, you Rectangle. You skipped some. Go back up.
Oh, I did.
We are all
infused. Yeah, I see.
No, we're even above that.
2 secret knocks. 2 secret knocks on Hans' door for that service. That's awesome. Have the silver infused microfiber towels been tested against vampires to the Belmonts in Dorset? No idea, Alkaline Trio. But you can try it if you find some. And then Rectangle, Dane's old high school car, huh? Make sure to clean out the back seats. No, this was Dane's dad's truck. So Jeff Hennen doesn't let anybody drive it. And as we've stated prior, the power of Ragnarok is handed down from son to son. And I was fortunate enough to be elevated to the status of firstborn.
And
this is why I have it.
to take over the company when it's
Right.
passed down.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's
pretty
so
crazy.
weird. A guy
It is.
who's older than me. I mean, my firstborn makes sense. It's just the whole blood thing you got to work out. But
But Dane, we can get
been
your
done
blood
many
in
times.
him in one way or another. We can. We
don't like that. Nope.
I don't know if I want Dane's blood in me. I don't know if I don't need it. I mean, I don't really need it. So
the blood of the Baconator flows
Here,
through.
have
you.
some high blood pressure.
All right.
So, moving down.
Scrolling down here, Yoshi says, "What a diva." I don't know who he's talking to. Hans, that bumper was being used as a step onto the hood. Had to put a blanket on there.
Wow.
Rectangle or Mobility Day, you're welcome, man. Rectangle says, "See ya." I think in response, Jason Brandt, message retracted. Greg Davis, Dane's back seat was Idaho's original Wi-Fi hotspot.
My back seat was in a Subaru SVX. Let me tell you, not a lot of things back there.
Called a tight and
Well,
uncomfortable situation is what that is.
Dane, we know how limber you are.
I mean, I am.
He is.
I'm just saying, not
I'm
everybody.
gonna repeat my request from the last show, Dane. I want you to put on your high school soccer shorts and put both ankles behind your head.
Oh no!
Everybody wants to see that.
It is true.
Literally, no one wants to see that.
I'm speaking for the Facebook group when I say that.
Oh no!
It'll
Start a
say
GoFundMe.
Capital High School on the shorts. It'll be great.
Oh. Oh
Man.
boy!
All right, we got Jason Bratt says interior cleaner O&R power clean 30 to 1 interior Wolo's interior or PNS Express. So that's quite a few different questions there. So
all four of them are great. There's no realistically, they all work for the right situation. If you have O&R, use it. If you have power clean diluted 30 to 1, use it. If you have O's interior cleaner, or PNS Express, use it. You can dilute Wowo's interior 1 to 1 if you need to. I haven't tried diluting Express, PNS's Express, but I'm pretty sure you can.
I have.
Same way.
I have, yeah.
So,
you can. I foamed it 10 to 1.
Yeah. So they all work really well, and they all do a great job. Each one is uniquely different. Interior and Express kind of create a nice lather when you're scrubbing. Power Clean can, but not so much. And the same with O&R. It's not a great lather, but it does clean very effectively. So,
I have a question about the Wowo's interior. Who came up with the scent?
Anthony.
Yeah, you know what? I was going to guess that because it smells like a 70s cologne that Burt Reynolds would endorse.
It's spicy. It's got a little bit of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I smelled that, I said, "This has Anthony written all over it."
Speaking of which, I might just take a little hit myself right now and get a little of that. Scent.
Put a little bit behind his AirPods.
That is like I can already see the red interior. I mean, this is just one of those.
So the other scent we were looking at was a very fruity. Nice fruity scent that I really liked. That was it reminded me of the old late 90s new car scent that was a liquid that you'd spray if you went to the to the car wash and they gave you a new car. It smelled like that. It instantly brought me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite smell. But we let it sit for a long time, and the scent went stale, and it had a weird sour scent to it because of that weird fruit. I don't know. It was just so we were like, well, we're glad we didn't go with that.
It was that, and it was also the fact that basically because interior finisher is like a melon, kind of like a honeydew type of scent. So it would have been like fruit and fruit. So it would have smelled like really fruity. So we wanted to be able to give people
and then it started smelling weird.
Yeah, so we wanted to give people the option to having obviously just a clean smelling interior, or be able to add interior finisher and obviously get that UV protection. But the scent combination of interior cleaner and finisher, like if you were to pop both these open and smell them, they smell fantastic together. It's just a
yeah.
really
Great.
good combo
Pairing.
that smells really good together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually going
The
to smell
fir-
that right now.
The first time I smelled it, I thought I was in Germany with Anthony on his honeymoon.
You wish.
It was the
Kidding.
it was the smell of young German men enjoying themselves.
It really was. I love it.
Oh,
Just
look at that.
a great scent. Yeah, that's fantastic. I really like that.
Got one of the old bottles in there.
He's just got one up each nostril.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is my new
Dang,
that
it's good, dude. I'm telling
that
you,
is my new
smell these two
screensaver.
together. That is freaking good. That's addicting. I can't.
I hope your
stop
wife
whiffing.
walks in.
Oh,
Like, what are you doing?
It wouldn't have been the weirdest thing she's seen me doing today.
Dang.
Ability today. Thank you, Scoop Master.
Yes.
I love the Scoop Master. Can I put O&R on my Ryobi pressure washer soap dispenser to reduce water spots or help on the cleaning? Any benefits, straight or diluted? So Scoop Master actually did that this weekend. I was washing a big black truck and it was getting sunny out. I poured a little bit of O&R and into my little soap dispenser, and then rinse the truck off that way because I was O&R washing it, but I still wanted to be able to have the ability to rinse it and not dry and spot because it was getting pretty hot. Yeah, you can do that. Just know that the O&R is, it's going to be a little more concentrated, so it might streak on the surface when you're drying, but if you plan on wiping it down again with O&R out of the bucket and then drying it, you're fine. But yeah, go for it. Help yourself. Hans, isn't Justin Day a Ceramic Pro installer? Yes, Hans, he is.
Mhm.
So Justin Day, Detailers of Las Vegas. You could chat with him, Mobility Today, if you wanted to reach out and ask him some questions. But I don't know how much bead maker he actually uses. I would reach out to Detail Boss Brothers in Arizona, or Kyle Clark at Extreme Detailing because he's also a PNS rep. Mobility Day says, I always buy my towels from you guys, top quality. Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Mhm.
Alkaline Trio says, I've heard a lot of people see GD it. What has Greg done to earn such a widely known reputation? And what does that phrase mean?
He really,
Oh.
he really
Yeah.
shrewded it.
Yep.
You know, people
I
are
had-
saying
Beats
that,
the
and I don't know
alternative.
what it means.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I hear that a lot in my home. GD it. You know, and having multiple marriages and stepkids, and I mean that's where the widely known reputation comes from. I think Alkaline.
Oh, GD it.
Every relationship starts and ends with one.
We got Hans Closen says, yes, GD, we need to see Dane's yellow wrestling outfit doing his leg behind his head routine.
Nobody needs
Wow.
that. Nobody.
Dane wasn't
A lot
a
of
wrestler, though.
assumptions
He
being
was-
made. I was never a
he was-
wrestler.
He was a triathlete. He was in track. He was
I
in
did track and
soccer,
field. That I played soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he
What did
played
you do in
soccer.
track and field?
Hurdles.
Hurdles?
Yeah.
He's so
The-
flexible.
How
He can get his
far?
legs all the way up.
My problem was I was terrible at hurdling. I could do the
Well,
high jump.
that's a big problem.
No, here's the problem. Allow me to explain. Allow Dane to explain. So the thing was, they had a bunch of people who were good at sprinting. They had a lot of people who were good at the high jump. I was good at both those things, which most of the people in the other things could only do one or the other. However,
double threat,
they
if you will.
decided that made me a qualified hurdler when in fact I'd never hurdled before. And it's a totally different technique than just running
Well,
and jumping.
yeah.
It's totally different. And they just treated it as if I could figure it out. And unfortunately, it was just awkward. I ended up like basically just falling and bleeding a lot. So it was not a great time.
I could just see the coach. Well, Dane, can you jump? Yeah. Are you fast? Yeah. Oh, you'll love hurdling.
That was the problem. I was the fastest guy between the gates, but as soon as I reached one, man, it was just trip over it midair and then eat face plant just right into the track, and then get up and then catch up almost there, and then everybody gets ahead of me because they know how to hurdle, and I couldn't manage the
To
technique.
this day, this is why
Dane?
Dane's shins are exploded.
Was Seth on the? Didn't he do shot put or something? Wasn't he on track?
I think he did shot put, if I'm not
I think he
mistaken.
did shot put, if I remember. My little
I
brother.
did. I did shot put and discus and the sprints.
Good times.
Good, Dane,
he
or good,
just
Nate,
liked
yeah.
the fact that he could hold that big iron ball and throw it without getting dizzy.
like Hodor.
Very powerful.
Let's see. Greg
Powerful
Davis says, Hans, we need to start a GoFundMe for that magic to happen. I think we do as well.
I don't think you
Closen
guys have
says-
the kind of money required to make that happen.
Hans says, call Luke. He knows how to start that.
Yes, he does.
Never a good idea. And then we have Scoop Master says, thanks, Levi. I don't know why I can't post from my high-end auto detailing channel. Weird.
Nice.
Well, I know Scoop Master. I believe it's S Scoop Master. He's like a real Hyundai head. He's really into the
he
Hyundai.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
S Coupe Master, yeah. And then we have Hans Closen says German sausage smell G. Yeah, so it's something like that.
yeah.
Well, that was the thing. There was a variety of German sausages when I went to Germany. Like literally, I had more sausage. in me
What was his name?
than so his name.
Hey, you don't hassle the
man.
Hoff.
Urkel Crew.
Yeah, it was something like that. Gertrude. Well, that was a girl, but anyway. So basically, I would say that the variety of sausages that they have there in Germany, on a serious note, is actually pretty impressive. I'd probably say my least favorite were the white sausages. They were, I don't know how to describe them. They're really pale, right? So, like they weren't very good. I didn't like. They put some type of seasoning inside of them, and it wasn't. I didn't like that.
Yeah, that was it.
What was the consistency of the seasoning?
It was an earthy.
Was it grainy?
Earthy. It was grainy. It was a little grainy, and earthy, and I didn't really like it. Yeah, so I was a big fan of just like the kind of like the Cabalsa style long one. You know, it's got that snap to it when you bite into it. So I had quite a few of those for sure. But what's weird is that they serve sausages all times during the day. You can have sausage for breakfast. You can have sausage for lunch. You can have sausage for dinner. And so they'll even bring it to your room for you for
Perfect.
pretty much a small fee, which is pretty great.
Easily accessible.
Yeah.
Nice.
Almost reach out and just grab
Thoughtful.
the sausage, just wherever you're at.
Yep. We got Coco Creations.
We
says,
are
good
mature.
news. Plenty of food at Wegmans. So
Yes.
We don't have one
hopefully,
of those.
No,
hopefully
we
some,
don't.
Hopefully some pretzels
You're not-
because we're dying for some chocolate covered pretzels.
Any cans of saltines?
Why are the saltines in a can? Why is that?
I have a request for Coco's Creations.
This
so you
isn't
know
the
how
30s.
there's what I would deem as a pretty good treat would be like, okay, so if you took a pretzel, instead of like a vanilla or like a white chocolate, could you do like a strawberry white chocolate, kind of like a strawberry Nesquik kind of taste? Right?
I just got,
That would be so Anthony.
Dude, it'd be so good. It'd be so good.
Anthony, I just got a text from her and she says she can do that color in a sausage shape just for you.
I would love that. I would love it. I would. You can sprinkle some sprinkles on that.
Sprinkles.
So here we go. We got Hans Closen says GD is good day.
Yes.
And then
Thank you, Hans.
Alkaline Trio says Dane's grilling experience is very similar to his experience trying to tell a story on the TRC podcast.
I'm gonna tell a story. And smack. Oh god, I'm bleeding everywhere. Oh, this hurts.
That's good, man. That is good.
Quality burn.
Here we go. We got Bigger Auto Detailing says, can we point out the fact that Luke Berge had no clue who Chris Farley was?
That did
Can we
bother
ban
me
him
a lot.
from the group for at least a month? That is pretty haunting. Chris Farley is a legend, and that is kind of weird that he didn't know who he was. Considered,
I know he's young enough to where it's a possibility he might not know him, but that still haunted me.
We got to remember, Chris Farley died before Luke was born.
That is
True.
true.
Yeah, that is
But
Luke's
his
been dead
spirit
longer than
lives
Luke's
on.
been alive. So, pretty crazy.
Ricky
All right.
Cullen says, "Wow, where is this conversation going? Who knows? It's the fun half. We have
Oh,
no idea where
boy.
it's going." And
Wait
then
till
we
the
have
leader doesn't
Dino.
come out.
Yeah, just wait. And then Dino says white sausages are known as bratwurst. It was a style of bratwurst, but I'm not quite sure. Now, so since we've kind of talked about our weekends and we talked about kind of what we're going into, detailing projects and things.
We didn't
like
talk to
that,
everybody. We just kind of talked about ourselves.
Well, I
Yeah.
know. So I would like to kind of revisit. I'd like to ask Greg what he's doing this weekend, and I would also like to, unless we already asked him, and then I'd also like to ask Nate and then Morgan.
Yeah.
There you go.
So Greg goes first.
Greg goes first. Okay. Well, I've cleaned all my cars multiple times the past 3 weeks, so I'm trying to find something in that vein to do. I have two huge bins full of Rad Company towels. I have two large racks full of Rad Company chemicals. So I'm sure I'll find a good use for all. I'll find somebody's car to wash. I'll put it that way.
Well, don't you
Nice.
said you
Very,
had
very good.
you have headlights to do, don't you?
Yes,
Ben?
yeah.
Ooh.
I actually,
You got
this
a
was my
headlight?
first. For the 6 people that follow me on Instagram, I did a steel wheel refurbishment on my Corolla. Sand,
Ooh.
paint.
Nice.
Yeah, I did this after seeing the All Day Anthony lip restoration video.
Very
Oh
nice.
wow, very
So,
cool.
so I did.
Yeah,
I've done all four. I've done all 4 of them, and now I have to do the headlights. So the headlights are a project for this weekend. So thank you, Levi. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Not a problem.
Very cool. What are you going to protect those
Natron.
headlights with, G?
Well, I was watching your video that you and Morgan
Who's it?
did on
yeah,
the headlights, and
Yeah.
I don't have the confidence in doing a spray clear coat.
Okay.
I'm thinking about maybe trying to do a PPF type of thing.
it.
I mean,
Do it.
the cars. I mean, my only question is how long? What's the life on that? How long is that going to last?
That it's amazing. I will literally PPF every single headlight for the rest of my life. knowing how mine look out there right now after 8 months of daily driving.
Oh, they look brand new still.
If air can't get to them, they can't oxidize, right? And so, and then let's just say the PPF fails, you pull it off. What do you have? You have
Fresh
perfect
headlight.
headlights underneath. So then you just
Touche.
PPF it again. So I would say
That
order
is the
a roll,
ultimate life
like
hack right there for
Amazon,
headlights.
see what kind of measurement you need. Order a roll of it or a small little sheet.
Or if there's a
do
or
them,
if there's a
Yeah.
Expel shop near you, just go see
Yeah,
if
go
you can
buy
get a
some.
couple. Yeah, see if you can buy a couple cuts from them, just enough to do your headlights. You know, say you want like measure out a couple squares or rectangles, and just say, hey, I was wondering if I could get some cuts. I just want to do some PPF on my headlights, and you guys, they might be like, hell yeah, $20, man, or whatever. So
Yeah.
might
Yeah,
see about that, because then you could get some Expel Ultimate cutoff, the leftovers, which is 10-year warranty and self-healing properties. So
Thank you. And I have a quick Dane story to share if we have time for that.
Yeah, we do.
yes.
We do.
About 6 months ago, I called Dane in the office and I told him it was my birthday. My birthday was coming up and I wanted to be on the Q&A. And he laughed like Dr. Evil at me and said, pal, short of a pandemic or an earthquake, you'll never be on the Q&A.
What?
So here I am. Miracles do happen. Thank you, Dane, for making this happen for me.
I like how he's subverting this and basically saying I'm responsible for COVID-19. That's a lot of weight to bear, bud. I don't like this feeling.
That would explain all the stats that you've been bringing to lunch.
I was gonna say we just see like a bat fly in the background of this room.
I like try and hide it. Quick, change the background. It's the back cave. No, not that one.
The back
I just checked. I just checked. Great Dane Wuhan is not taken on Instagram.
No.
I'm trying to imagine what specific scenario outside of the one you're imagining right now it would have been taken.
Oh, it's too good.
Great Dane
That
Wu
is
Tang. That
too
might be
good.
something else.
Yeah. All right. So we got Nate. What are you doing this weekend?
Man, not much. We finished our puzzle. So we might try to get another puzzle. We actually went to Walmart to buy a table specifically for the puzzle. So we kind of really invested in that. We started the new season of Ozark, so that's been pretty good. But man, I don't know. I got a golf mat for my. I basically turned my garage into a driving range.
Wow, very nice.
Ooh.
So that's.
So are you closing the door and then just whacking some balls, or?
Yeah, just kind of.
Are you leaving the door open and
In the comfort of your home? Very thoughtful. Yes.
Yeah, hopefully that insurance check comes through any day now, and I don't get caught for fraud. Like, oh, my garage door is busted from the inside. That's odd. But no, it's been fun. I ordered a big 10-foot by 30-foot net for the backyard too. So that'll be fun. But other than that, Morgan, what do you got going on?
Apparently now I have to watch Lion King. I've seen Lion King before.
Well, you can watch the Lion King, but it's gonna be
That's good.
I love the idea of somebody watching Tiger King expecting it to be Lion King and being horribly wrong.
Oh, I've got a picture I can send to Morgan of that the Lion King, but with the Tiger King in it.
Oh no.
Superimposed. So
oh no. So yeah, no real big plans other than possibly giving that a chance. And then maybe wash the daily or something, because the M3 is clean, stowed away, everything in my garage. I would put the stuff away that I took down because of the earthquake. I would put that back, but I don't want to put it back yet because I feel like it's too soon. I don't trust it.
Yeah.
You may get another one. Who knows?
I know.
Oh yeah. We had an earthquake. Yeah, sorry for anybody.
For those who missed out on that.
Yeah. We had an earthquake on Tuesday.
Awesome.
It was great.
Yeah, it was great.
Fun.
It was.
It was a 6.5. That's no joke.
My floor in my kitchen felt like I was standing on a waterbed at Dane's house, and I was like, that was weird. Last time I felt this. But thankfully, there's no damage. My house, or inside or outside. My sidewalk sunk about 2 inches to the side, going up to my house, so I fell in the grass the other night, taking the dog out. I'm not used to it yet.
Oh,
I haven't got my sea legs. So,
I guess.
yeah. Hey, what else are you doing, Morgan? Sorry to interrupt.
No, I don't really have much else to add. It's kind of a boring time. So,
Yes, just a little bit.
yeah.
Stop. Sorry.
It's going on.
Hear the dog snorting, snarling.
I thought that was Dane.
No, it's this.
Oh man. Oh. I can see why there might be confusion.
Okay. Dane.
Going on here.
All right.
Closing. Next on the TRC Food Channel, sausage for everything. Hot, warm, cold, soft, hard. All of those.
Yep.
Oh no.
We went there. Ricky Cologne says, ban Luke Berge to a van down by the river.
I'm good with that. That sounds great.
Great.
Learn your lesson.
Alkaline Trio says, I heard on Tuesday's show that Anthony is willing to help us out with TP sourcing. If Anthony sends us a roll, should we expect it to come with a spritz of his cologne too? Yes.
Oh no.
Wow. Yes. Absolutely.
Make sure you're very specific about which one you're asking for.
It might sting a little bit when you use the paper after I spritz it, but it's
hadn't considered that.
You'll be able to feel the spice as much as you smell it, so it's gonna be pretty nice.
It's kind of like movie theaters have that D-box experience, right? Where it's like everything moves and things smell. It's like, well, here kind of have the same thing, but
yeah.
Ricky's laughing, and then he says, "Alkaline, I thought the cologne was being used as a disinfectant now."
It might as well
No,
be.
actually, fun fact.
That's how you guys
you're
should
gonna
market
love
it.
this.
Oh yeah,
Anthony has started producing his own hand sanitizer.
yeah.
So,
Wow.
This, however, smells very nice, refreshing.
Yeah.
Feels very clean. And we get clean hands, which is a nice feature. He gave Dane and I some yesterday. So
Smells great.
True.
we were able to get
Thank
a couple
you.
squirts, So
Thank you.
it
Yeah.
actually smells pretty good. So Scoop Master, since we're in quarantine, I start to see in all the Q&As, but I started from the last one. I'm in number 33 right now.
Oh man.
Now I understand most of the inside jokes you guys make nowadays.
Yeah.
You guys should probably put on the website like a little guide for people who haven't been on the Q&A before. Give them a little cheat sheet of what the inside jokes mean.
Oh,
that is a great
man.
idea. Oh my gosh, we could do that.
What's that, 66 hours of content.
Yeah. As the lip switch.
That's amazing. That's literally
Sorry, man.
That's quarantine.
Oh man, that could be great. As the lip switch says, Levi, I watched your headlight restoration tutorial and it was the best. I followed it to the T, and I used Optimum Opti lens coating to seal it. So far, so good. Thanks, Levi. You're welcome.
Excellent. Great work.
And then SQ Master, I sent Levi the link of the news here in Puerto Rico. Just in January, we experienced 3,000 earthquakes, and it's still shaking on a daily basis.
Wow.
That was pretty nuts to read that article. That's right.
Yeah.
Michael Fenzini, what's the best microfiber towel to remove wax and polish from a car with a really soft clear coat? I have been using edgeless microfiber 365s, so probably bump up to 420 or even Eagle 500s. Would be your next move, Michael.
Well, if he's using the
Hans-
edgeless 365, the Eagle 350 may be an okay one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eagle 350 for sure.
Hans Closen says, yay, my order is at the LA distribution center. You're welcome, dude. It's going to hopefully get there soon. Dino Gravik, guys, XPEL Ultimate or normal with Halo over it. Looking to get 3 years on headlights on a daily. Yep. Hans Closen is Dane playing hide and seek. Yes,
I've been right here.
He keeps disappearing on the screen. And then Michael says, thank you. So really good stuff.
Yeah,
So-
this has been a fun one, man. 4 minutes left.
yeah.
We've had a good
That
time.
was a lot of fun.
This has been a lot of fun. A lot of jokes, even though we're so far away from each other. It's still crazy that the jokes still keep rolling.
Well, and we do our best because, I mean, with the delay and stuff between the cameras, it's minor, but it's there. It's just like, it's different than being in the room, but I'm really happy to say you don't lose that feeling of like camaraderie and stuff anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh, whoa, here comes a long one.
Dane, read it.
Oh, Alkaline, read it.
Alkaline Top Hat. Dane, now that your fans have started stalking your Jaguar in public, have you considered going incognito like Morgan? Perhaps sell the Jag for a Porsche.
Like a Dane spam account?
Like your way you're supposed to.
What are you talking about, Nate?
I could just drive around to the B3000. That'd be an option if it actually,
But the hard part for you, Dane, is you've got those license plate frames that you had made that say my other car is a Jaguar.
Yeah.
For your C-Max
calling
and the
attention to it.
truck.
Yeah.
And people are going to put two and two together. They're going to go, oh my gosh, totally.
Well,
space
actually,
that. So,
in fairness, free plug moment. The C-Max only has a sticker that says my other car is, and it's the Elantra. So,
that's right. That's right.
yeah.
I think we're going to need to put one of those on the Jag, and then people hopefully will stay away from you.
I mean, they'd be real confused.
Go, oh my gosh, what is that? Oh, it's a high performance machine on that Jag.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those who missed it, I did post that up on Facebook, but I also put it on my YouTube channel, which is like the first thing I posted on there in 2 years. But anyway,
We need more Dane Show content.
I know Greg's been pushing for this.
I think you and the guy in the Silverado are going to be the next Netflix show.
Oh God, I hope not. Actually, I got some other funny dash cam videos I could probably just throw out there. Oh, please no. Oh man. Oh, here we go. Oh, go ahead, guys.
Right. Yep.
I was going to say it could give you a good excuse to bring the blonde tips back.
Yeah, it would. I don't think there's any excuse for that. I don't think
That
there's
would
any
be
There was a
excuse for
time.
that.
There was a time. Oh, now definitely not.
All right,
And-
here we go. Hans
Ricky.
closing the 4D
Oh.
effect when using all-day TP. Ricky, take care, guys. Lots of fun as always. Stay safe. Thanks, Ricky.
Thank you.
Alkaline Trio on a real note. Thank you guys for helping make this quarantine much more bearable and fun. Thanks,
We
dude,
try,
for
man.
tuning in. Scoopmaster, hope that for the next Thursday I can knock down the remaining 33 Q&As. Looking for the first time Luke asks if he can foam ONR. Good luck, man.
Oh, it's in there.
Yeah. As the live switch, I'm gonna have to get up earlier to catch the entire live stream. Maybe next week. I will watch the rerun later now. Awesome, man.
No worries.
Thank
We'll
you
be
for
here
waking
again.
up early and tuning in. Appreciate it. G, thank you, man, for coming on
Yeah.
and hanging out with us.
Yeah,
and being
thank
a
you.
part
Thank you
of
for
this.
having me. Thank you for having
That was
me.
awesome.
can
Nathan,
I-
thanks for being here. Go ahead.
I just want to give a shout out to all the guys that are here every week. Hans, Luke Berge, Ricky Cologne, Alcohol Top Hat, everybody. You guys have a very loyal following. And I think you see it, people are here every week enjoying this. And I just want to thank you guys for doing that. I think I can speak for everybody when I say that. So thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah,
Wouldn't be here without
Thank
we
you.
agree.
So
Yeah, we agree. You guys all make this what it is. I mean, it wouldn't be the
true.
same without you guys. It wouldn't.
No,
Touching.
not even close.
All right, Dane, take it away.
All right. Anybody got some last minute plugs? Usually when we have a guest on, we let them do that. But Greg, what do you have to plug?
The infamous G Davis. Thanks to
What are
Anthony.
your
That's
tour
my
dates?
That's my
Yeah.
Instagram. I'll be at the Ha Ha Hole in Boise in April. I'll be at the
Hey,
Yuck Factory.
I
I'll be at the Yuck Factory in Meridian.
I was supposed to have a comedy show on Saturday that got canceled. I'm pissed.
Oh no.
Well,
As you
I'm
should
pissed
be.
about that Tool concert. I think we all suffered a little in that front.
Oh no.
I didn't, because I didn't buy any tickets to that concert.
Yeah, well.
So I was all right.
Anyways, Greg, sorry to interrupt.
Yes, sorry.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say the infamous G Davis. That's my Instagram from Anthony. Anthony gave me that, so thank you, Anthony. And I'm hoping that this will transition into a live stream on the Dane Show channel. So everybody, we can see the close-ups of the Wright Brothers style ceiling fan.
Oh, boy.
We can see Dane in his pajamas. We can see the place where the new above-ground pool is going to go.
Oh, no.
So those are the kind of things I'm hoping for until this quarantine is over. So Dane, if you can make that happen, buddy, that would be awesome.
If
I
I
would love
wind
to
up
see
in a
that as
dark
well.
place a couple weeks from now, we'll see. Oh no!
All right, Dane, take it away.
Okay.
Take it home.
I like how S-Coop Master just realized. Oh, is that G Davis? That's
Threats
great.
Master?
So now you know. Now you know. All right. Thank you so much to everybody who's been here. Greg, thank you. Nate, thank you for joining. And of course,
Hey,
everyone
thanks for having me.
here in the comments. We really loved having you all here. And, you do what you can in these trying times, right? To have a little fun, put on a positive spin, and answer some detailing questions, which you may or may not be able to use right now, but eventually things will get back to a point where you can. So yeah, you run out of cars right now, but give it time. Any rate, that's it. I just want to say thank you to everybody. And there's Lady McNugget. Bart. All right. So I do want to say, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to the Rag Company podcast. I mean, on Spotify. We have a group on Facebook. We have a page on Facebook. We have YouTube channel here, obviously,
We have
not
an
just the
Instagram
Rag Company
page, too.
YouTube channel, but also the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. And as Levi just mentioned, we have an Instagram page right now that I'm running, but eventually, I can hand over the reins. Anybody can put the stuff on there. We'll get stuff going out. That should be fun. But yeah, that's basically it. So if you haven't, leave us a review and let us know how we're doing in the comments below, and in the reviews on iTunes and anywhere else. You can put your word in and let us know what a great or terrible job we're doing. We really appreciate it. So
Thank
on
you,
that
Tim,
note,
for doing this.
yes,
Also producing
big
this,
thanks to
dancing while
Tim.
he's at home, holding
Thank
an
you, Tim.
infant, ladies and gentlemen, holding an infant.
He's the
while he does
invisible
all this.
hand that guides this ship here. So
Yep.
that's right. So thank you, Tim. All right. Beam us up, Scotty.
That's it. See you guys.
See
All
ya.
right.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
And hopefully we're clear.
I wonder, are we clear now? Maybe.
I
Kind-
gave it
And you weren't even there for it.
that one. It did get pretty good, man.